Rita Loon. I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My flexible Loon.
Well, I don't know how flexible these days.
I need to really clarify what I mean by that.
You mean I can move, Loon?
No. Yeah, you're about as fast as a slow-moving turtle.
Yeah.
No, what he is really flexible in is his diet.
Yes.
And so am I, and we are going to do something that is so loaded with flavor, but is also
Vegetarian.
Let's tell them. We're doing our vegetarian pasta bake.
I was just going to say veggie pasta.
It's harder to say apparently than it is to make. Okay, so this is really great. So what we mean by our flexitarian, so we are so excited. We have partnered again with our dear friends at OZO Foods.
These guys are so awesome.
I'm telling you, you know us. We do comfort food. We love to do our meats and our proteins and deep fry and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And that's good. You know, if you do it with a nice sort of mix of healthy.
You can go without your meat, but you can still have some cheese.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's why we call it the flexitarian.
Yeah, or if you want a burger every once in a while with the real meat.
Yeah. You're right. And so this sauce that I'm going to show you, we are going to be using their plant-based protein.
Yes.
And
it's
just
their plant-based ground. It is amazing.
You can't not believe. I know we sound like a commercial, but we wouldn't be telling you this if we didn't believe it, because it tastes just like a meat sauce. Okay, so
are we done talking about this?
Yes, we are. Well, for the moment. Okay, so let me tell you what we've got. Some things going. So we're going to really build this with a lot of wonderful components. So first, we just love sautéed mushrooms. So we just got some white mushrooms. Mushrooms really aren't a vegetable, but they're close enough. So let's put them in our vegetarian.
They're a fun guy.
They are fun. Kind of like you.
Yeah.
Such a fun guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just got some white button mushrooms. I sliced them, and then I'm doing this is a one-pot wonder in my big old cast iron skillet. So if you've got that, you can do this. If not, you can bake it in a baking dish. But we're going to do this in our cast iron skillet. So I got my big one here. I heated a couple of tablespoons of olive oil over medium-high heat, and then just dump those mushrooms in there. Mm-hmm. Hit them with some salt and pepper, about a half a teaspoon each, and then just stir them around until they start to get really soft and translucent.
Look like this.
Yeah. And and then what we're going to do is we're just going to transfer them to a bowl like that and save them. Okay, so now we've got our, what is it?
Our mirepoix.
Our holy trinity. It's the basis of every great pasta sauce.
Can I give it a squirt?
Sure. Okay. So this has been going for a little bit. So let me turn this down. So what this is I just, in the same skillet, I added a couple more tablespoons of olive oil, and then I dumped in my chopped onions, a cup of chopped carrots, and a cup of chopped celery. And then you just let that cook, and it's the same thing until it gets nice and soft. It's about 5 minutes. And then just before we said hello to you, and I said that hilarious joke about the loon being flexible, which everyone just died laughing, we added...
I don't remember.
It seems so long ago. We added 3 cloves of garlic that we minced, okay?
Yeah.
So now that flavor...
And it smells wonderful.
It's smelling Italian, I tell you. Okay, so now this is OZO. It's a protein-based ground. So it even looks like beef.
It looks like beef, yeah.
You can use this for chili. You can use it for, they also have a Mexican ground, which is awesome to make tacos.
And their burgers are delicious.
We did I don't know if you remember, but we did a California burger, and we had so many people say, that looks good, but I don't know.
Yes. You can order all this at ozofoods.com.
That's right.
It's so good. Not pre-protein. I got those together mixed. Pea protein.
It's high quality pea protein, which just means it's good for you. It's healthy. They also ferment them with shiitake mushrooms.
Yes.
They've raised the bar on protein base. So if we haven't, we're not. I promise you, we're not just pulling your leg here. This is really
amazing.
Good.
It really is.
And it's so easy. All you did was just put that in there. So it needs to cook. It comes to you frozen. It's best if you let it thaw in the refrigerator for like 24 hours ahead of time. Thaws easily. And then you just stick it in here, and this is going to cook for 5 minutes. And then we are going to build the most amazing meat sauce for our vegetarian pasta bake.
Yay.
Oh, it's going to be so good. This is a pot of red gravy.
That is wonderful.
The smell is just, and look at that. I mean,
It looks great. You could.
I snuck a little taste. I had to, just because you got a taste for salt. And I am telling you, I would never know that this isn't meat sauce.
I love
it's
it. When
amazing.
you know what? When you're not in the mood for meat, but you still want some protein, this is perfect.
Exactly. You're trying to, you know, what can we cut? Well, what can we cut without compromising flavor?
There you go.
There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we got to this point in just a minute, but I'm going to put the Loon to
Bring it
work.
on over here.
We're going to bring this over here.
There we go.
Okay, lovely. I can
scoot it over just a little bit more.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, is that good?
Yes.
All right. So now let me clear this out of the way. All right. So what he's going to do is he's going to
put in these delicious mushrooms.
Stir in those wonderful mushrooms. I am going to. So while this was coming together, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment. We got a pot of water boiling, and we added some salt. Liberally add some salt, and then I added 16 ounces of. I recommend using like a smaller tubular type pasta, kind of like a ziti or a penne. Penne is what we did. So anyway, okay.
Y'all, look at this deliciousness.
Isn't that amazing?
All right.
Okay, now this is always the fun part. So now we're just gonna
keep on.
Now we are filling this to the brim.
Here, you leave it there, and I will. I'll fill as I go.
Fill it out, would you? But anyway, obviously, if you're not using a cast iron skillet at this point, then you would mix it all up in a big bowl and just transfer it to a baking dish.
Yes.
Okay, this is going to take him a while to do that. So let me tell you how we got the sauce to the point where it was. So when we last left you, that OZO plant-based ground was just cooking beautifully. So that only took about 5 minutes. And then what I did was I hit it with about 3/4 a teaspoon of salt and then about a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Season as you go. Okay, so then cook that. Now help remind me, remember, Wesley. So then what we did was we added some red wine.
Yes.
We want to really give it that classic Italian flavor.
I love it.
So I did a 1/4 cup of just good, robust red wine. Remember the rule, if you're not going to drink it, then you shouldn't cook with it or bake with it. Okay, so then just cook that for about 4 minutes until the excess liquid cooks out and the alcohol cooks out. Then to that, and this is when we really start adding that classic tomato-based flavor. It's so good. I added 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and just used my spoon just to kind of stir that around and get that well incorporated. Then here's what I love to do. So I got a 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes. San Marzano, they're just the best. They're canned at the peak of their ripeness in Italy. So see if you can find those. If you can't, just use whole tomatoes. I put them in a bowl, and then I'm not going to do all of the juice because this is juicy enough as it is.
I'm making a mess over here.
Speaking of juice, Wesley.
No, I'm good.
Okay, anyway.
I'm trying to save the pasta.
I know, save the pasta. So then what I do is I love to, this is an old Italian way of doing it, but if you squeeze those whole tomatoes into the pasta, it just gives a better flavor. It's just going to taste more like it's, from Italy. How are we doing over there?
We're doing good.
Okay, and then we're going to add a 15-ounce can of just good old quality tomato sauce. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of dried oregano. And that's all there is. This is so easy. This is a perfect weeknight dinner. And then you just let that simmer for literally only 15 minutes. And the flavor will knock your socks off.
Yes.
Now, obviously, we're going with our plant-based ground. You can certainly do this with ground beef. You can do it with ground turkey. But I think
you should do it with mushrooms.
You can do it
without
without any kind of protein.
Yeah.
It's so deeply flavorful. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I have stirred.
I tried to stretch that.
Yes.
So,
Hold on, I missed one. There we go.
Okay. All right. And this is it's similar to kind of like a baked ziti, so it doesn't have to be. Perfect. So now what we're going to do, that's good, Loon. You did a really good job. So now we've got about 8 ounces. This is probably more than 8 ounces, but you want 8 ounces of mozzarella.
Yeah. Here's where a little flexitarian comes in. Some real cheese.
That's right. You skip the beef, but don't skip the cheese. I mean, that's a tough call, beef or cheese. But anyway, this is so good. Like I said, that's about 8 ounces. And then we've got some Parmesan cheese that we're going to just top that with. And normally, if I had a little more dried oregano with me, I'd sprinkle some of that on. But I don't have it with me. So I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and this only bakes for 25 minutes until it's bubbly. And this is a one-pot wonder. I mean, can you pick that up?
I can pick it up.
You can pick it up. Yay! Okay, that means we're going to be eating real soon.
Yay! Yay!
It's dinner time.
It's pasta bake time.
That's right. Oh my. Oh, Wesley.
Oh wow, that looks perfect.
Look at that.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Isn't that amazing?
That's gorgeous. Here, scoot it. There.
So you want to just let this bake until it gets just beautifully browned on top. Takes anywhere from like typically about 25 minutes. It's so quick and easy. Bubbly, juicy on the side.
Wow, look at how gorgeous. Are you going to do a little
Oh
final?
yeah. Thank you. I'm so enamored with it. So this is just a little bit of. You don't have to do this, but I think
It adds a little more color and
fun festivities and makes you feel happy about being locked inside.
All right. Here, let's go right here so people can see the cheese pull.
Look at that. Wesley is my artistic guide, apparently.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Wow.
you're not cheating on anything with this.
No,
look at that.
not at all.
Look at that sauce.
So gorgeous.
That is.
Hand it on over here.
I'm telling you, you serve this and people are going to be like, that is an amazing meat sauce. Thanks.
Oh, and we don't want to leave well enough alone, so we're going to throw on a little cheese
A
here.
little extra cheese.
Yes.
Oh, I just love it. I'm making a mess as I always do. Well, that's what I do.
You ready for my cheese?
Oh yeah, give me a little cheese.
A little more cheese.
A little cheese, Loon.
Chris.
I'm cheating. You're so cheesy. Okay, that's good. All right.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, look at that, you guys. That looks amazingly delicious.
And so this is like I said, it's a one-pot wonder. You've got it all right there. I would serve it with some bread.
Yeah, some
maybe
crusty bread.
A little salad, and
oh, yes.
wow.
Let's dig in.
I just love a good pasta bake.
Let's dig in. I'm going to get a bunch of everything on there. And, oh, okay. Sorry, guys.
Isn't that phenomenal?
Wow. That is delicious. There's no way that I could, if you were to serve that to me and say that this was, bolognese, you just serve it with a
First of
bolognese.
all, you slap me. Say, how dare you trick me into thinking I was eating meat? And then I'd get up off the floor and say, well, what did you think of it? And you'd say,
that is delicious.
it is, thank you.
It really is.
shocking,
I just,
I know.
if you want to go for that healthier, you want to feel a little healthier and slash out some meat, this is perfect.
But I'm not
Lord,
kidding.
it's
You're not
delicious.
compromising on flavor at all. I mean, it's also, I have a certain finesse of making things taste
well,
good.
that's your sauce. Your sauce always tastes really
But
good.
you saw how simple it was. I mean, you can do this. You can make the sauce ahead of time. You can make everything ahead of time and then just stick it in the oven. It's what you call a humdinger, right?
It's a humdinger, and it's 100% Loon approved.
Yes! Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, I love it.
I love this too.
Really?
Oh, and the mushrooms?
Oh, yeah. Everything is just balanced perfectly. Isn't that great? Gosh, thank you, OZO Foods.
No, my
Now
God.
remember, you can order their products on ozofoods.com.
Well, and we've got links to it in the blog post.
And you can get this recipe on the blog too.
That's right. You can, and many, many more. And be sure to like us on social media, share us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd really love that. And tell everyone about this incredible pasta bake. It's bring the family together.
It's great.
It's fabulous.
It's so perfect.
I know. It's Ozo good.
You did it again.
All right, bye, you guys.
everybody.
I love you. I can't believe how good it is.